Hi friends, today we're going to talk about writing a goodbye letter. I didn't find out about writing a goodbye letter until a couple years after my husband Donald died. And I found writing a goodbye letter to be very helpful because I didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye to him. But over the years, people have told me that even if they did have the opportunity to say goodbye to their loved one before they died, writing a goodbye letter was still really helpful for them. So how can writing a goodbye letter get you in trouble? I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But first you need to know that writing a goodbye letter does not mean forgetting your loved one. A goodbye letter is a tool that can be used for healing, and healing does not mean forgetting your loved one. You have moved from having a physical relationship with your loved one to one of memory. The goodbye letter is a way of saying goodbye to that physical presence, that physical relationship that you had with your loved one. And all the things that were a part of that relationship, the things you liked and the things you didn't like, you can write about those too in your goodbye letter. But it's a technique that allows you to move through the emotional pain of grief and arrive at a deeper level of acceptance, allowing you to fit back into the ongoing story of your life without the physical presence of your loved one. So how can writing a goodbye letter get you in trouble? First half of this doesn't get you in trouble, but you can take your goodbye letter and you have to decide what to do with it. So you might want to take it to the cemetery and read it to your loved one. You might want to pretend that your loved one is sitting in front of you. For instance, you sit in a chair, put a chair in front of you and pretend your loved one's sitting there and read the letter to your loved one. That can be very freeing and very helpful. But after you decide that, then what do you do with this letter? Some people save it, some people shred it, and some people like to burn their letter. Burning the letter can be very freeing emotionally. But I had a friend who decided that he was going to burn his letter, and he put it in the trash can in his office next to his desk, and he lit it on fire, and I don't know what happened, but the wastebasket started on fire, the carpet started on fire, and he had to put it out with his home fire extinguisher. So he had carpet damage, he had smoke damage. His children, his teenage children, arrived home a couple hours later and he had some explaining to do. So humor is also important when we're grieving. But if you decide that you're going to burn your letter, take it outside and do it in a fire pit. Then you won't have any explaining to do later. So until next time, keep learning more and healing forward.